In the vast chaotic universe, a person called out their own name. At that moment, the entire universe gained meaning, and the world had its one true God. But in the end, destruction, born from a true fear, took the form of a giant serpent descending upon the world. Hello everyone, in this episode we begin the story of Egyptian mythology. Enter Egypt, into the spiritual world of people who live by the philosophy of to live is to die. So, without further ado, let us get straight to the point. In the beginning of Egyptian mythology, everything was in a state of chaotic uncertainty. Within this chaos, a powerful force was nurtured, but no order could emerge from it. At this moment, the universe was a chaotic ocean, a vast flood with no life able to survive in this chaotic cosmos. Time did not flow and space was not separated. This chaotic world, with no concept of time or space, lasted for an unknown duration. Suddenly, a strong will appeared in the universe. This unexpected will was purely innocent. It was the source of the noble essence of the universe, the one true God of all existence. This God became aware of his presence in the universe and observed himself from outside it. Overjoyed, he made the first sound ever heard in the cosmos. This sound echoed throughout the universe and became its first law. This law could harness all the primal energies of the universe, the one true God. Using this first law, created a piece of material, a mound resembling a pyramid that appeared in the chaotic waters. At the peak of this mound, the radiant God revealed his glorious form. He used the first sound he had uttered as his true name. Then, this God, who had now received his true name, rose and emitted a brilliant light that radiated warmth and the active breath of life from within. He stood in the soft, water-like chaos and, filled with joy, named the chaotic waters Nun. When the name Nun was spoken from the mouth of the true God, the chaotic waters began to surge and respond to the God's call. The entire chaotic power of the universe cheered for this name, and this excitement also affected the one true God. He flew up as high as he could go, until he could no longer ascend. From this height, his radiance illuminated the whole universe. He looked at the vast universe and felt his purpose. I am the true God of the world. When I appear, my name is Atum. When I am at the highest point of the universe, my name is Ra. Thus, the supreme sun god, Ra, was born in Egyptian mythology. When Ra declared his birth, an indescribable surge of joy arose in his heart. It was an overwhelming desire to create. This powerful force grew within Ra until it reached its peak, and he, at the height of his energy, released this power from his mouth. The strong stream of air and moisture gradually condensed in the chaotic void, forming two new deities, a male and a female. These two new gods existed in the chaotic waters in a strange way, entirely unaffected by the power of the chaotic waters. Like a big bubble, they surrounded Ra, shielding him from the chaos. Ra, filled with immense joy, named the dry male deity Shu and the moist feminine deity Tefnut. When these two gods received their names, they also manifested their forms, and instantly, the world gave rise to the laws of air. At this time, the god of dry air, Shu, and the goddess of moist air, Tefnut, were born in Egyptian mythology. Shu and Tefnut, like playful children, were curious about the chaotic universe. Together, they left Ra's side and wandered aimlessly in the vast chaotic waters. Ra watched the two children depart and felt a sense of accomplishment. He hoped to create more miracles in this chaotic universe. So Ra, as the original creator, began a wondrous journey of creation. When Ra looked at a world without direction, without spatial or temporal order, he felt lost. Despite having the power of the universe's essence, Ra could not create within the emptiness of chaos. Soon Ra grew weary of this disorder. His deep gaze pierced through the past and future, and he saw through the intersecting spaces of chaotic time. Gradually, under Ra's observation, the chaotic world began to tremble. This tremor, which started chaotic and unordered, gradually became like ripples, becoming clearer in its order. Time displayed its linear nature, and space ceased to overlap, arranging itself in distinct separations. The uncontrolled tremors transformed into a great symphony of order, with Ra composing this grand musical piece. When the composition was complete, Ra gave it a title, calling out gently from his mouth the name Ma'at. Suddenly the world shook. The essence of all order converged into a goddess, Ma'at, the goddess of order and truth. When Ma'at appeared, the surrounding chaotic forces were separated. The rules of magic gathered around Ra, gradually condensing into a body and forming a solar barge that could float on the boundless chaotic waters. When the solar barge appeared, the chaotic waters of Nun emitted a painful sound, sensing the chaos within itself being divided by a force. The unordered chaos instinctively wanted to overturn and swallow the solar barge carrying order. However, Ra, using the first law of the world, commanded the chaotic waters of Nun to stop their turbulent waves. In the ensuing calm, the solar barge sailed through the chaotic universe. Ra, as the god of length, began observing with interest the rules governing the entire solar barge. Each plank of the barge, formed by these rules, contained great power. Each rule had its unique true name, and knowing these names allowed one to summon the spirits incarnated by those rules, wielding all the power contained within. These rules intertwined and wove into a book of wisdom, much like a scroll of papyrus. Gradually, these principles coalesced before Ra. The radiant sun god, in his observation of the world, wove the destinies and laws of all things into a thick book. When the book was completed, a name emerged in Ra's mind. That name was mighty and pure. Ra softly uttered that name filled with wisdom, Thoth. Suddenly, the world fell silent. All the laws reached out to the sun god, praising the newly emerged god, who controlled all wisdom and wove all the laws of the world. That god, with a radiant, pure figure like a white ring, was Thoth, the god of wisdom. Thoth elegantly knelt, saluted the great Ra, and praised Ra with refined words. Amidst this praise, the sun god emitted a gentle glow, and all things were endowed with wisdom. The law of speech also formed within the world.